What is the most important resource to maintain a civilization? Some might say it's oil, land, and others might say money. However, these answers are incorrect. The most important resource needed to maintain a civilization is water. It is needed in every single aspect of our daily lives, and without it, a nation will quickly begin to fall apart. Now, this might seem like an absurd question to ask. However, we're quickly starting to see that rivers, lakes, and ponds are starting to dry up, making this question more and more valid. And there are many reasons as to why this is actually happening. As of right now, the CIA fact book currently states that there are 8 billion people living within the world. Now, this number can greatly be attributed to the Industrial Revolution. What this did is it modernized the world and led to higher standards of living, thereby creating higher birth rates and lower mortality rates. This all came together to add up to a greater number of people. And with more people, that means more water and food needed to support them. And that comes on to our first reason of overuse of water, and that'd be domestic use. We know that our daily lives are consumed, it's filled with the use of water. We use it to brush our teeth, take showers, wash clothes, wash cars. Every single aspect of our daily lives involves water. And with the growing number of people living in our world, and this number continuously rising, we're going to need water more and more in our domestic lives in order to support this population. The second reason for our overuse of water would be agriculture, which is our second overuser of water. With more people in this world, we need more food. And with more food, that means more water needed to support this large amount of food. Now, the third reason for our overuse of water would be our number one user of all water, and it is thermoelectric power. Now, what thermoelectric power is, it is the burning or the combustion of fossil fuels such as oil, coal, or natural gas. And what this burning does is it heats up water. This heating up of water creates steam that then turns a turbine within a plant. This spinning of the turbine then generates electricity that can be used to power millions of households across the nations. Now, the reason why it's actually such a big issue and it's the number one user of energy is because millions of gallons of water are needed to actually run these power plants. And with the number of people being born yearly is increasing, this means we need more of these plants to actually support the population and support the amount of energy actually needed to support the people. Now, the overuse can be seen in our ecosystems. I've stated that lakes, rivers, and ponds are starting to be dried up, and this is the main lifeline to tons of ecosystems. What this means is that we lead to the extinction of certain species, unstable food webs, dwindling wildlife populations, and perhaps most importantly, the death of many keystone species. And this is the most important one for a very important reason. Keystone species carry the entire ecosystem. Without them, a lot of the ecosystem would begin to fall apart. They're the ones that are responsible for spreading seeds to spread around trees or plant life. They're also the ones responsible for pollinating and many other things. So with their death, we would begin to see the destruction of wildlife, firstly through the extinction of many different species. And this is not just animals, we're talking about plant life as well. Now, these might seem like scary things to think about. I mean, we're talking about the destruction of our earth. However, we can fight this. Firstly, through domestic use. Live Green says that if we shave 1 minute off of our daily shower routine, we can save 3,000 gallons of water per year. Now, with agricultural use, Mother Earth News says that no-till agriculture can actually be our first step moving towards less water use for our farms. Now, what this does is it allows the soil to absorb more water, meaning less water needed to create the same amount of food. And lastly, for our energy use, we can switch to green energy, allowing us to not use so much water to generate this electricity. By switching to this now, we'll be able to certify that our future generations will be able to use natural bodies of water to obtain fresh water. Thank you.